Hey guys, Ganondorf 160 here with another commentary battle for Empire Total War Online. Pretty much what you missed is my army moving from here up to here, and I'm going to keep this at a high speed so we can capture all of it. But this is a Russian versus French battle. I'm in command of the Russians. I have, before this battle started, I had seven units of line infantry, 5 units of riflemen, a hand mortar company, and some guards. On my left flank, I had household cavalry and a regiment of horse. I also had 24-pounder howitzer foot artillery that at this point in the game I had realized it wasn't doing anything, so I moved it up here where his rockets were pretty much ripping into my guys, and I already lost my general bodyguard. On my right, I had a puckle gun and another household cavalry. So I was gonna work off my right primarily, and my opponent, Hunger GT, was in command of the French, had 3 units of rocket troops and 3 4-inch mortar batteries and a general's bodyguard. He had most of his troops hidden in the forest here, Maison du Roi, excuse me if that's not right, and then the rest of his troops are over here on this side. Pretty much his strategy was wait for my army to get in here, come out, and then start flanking them from both sides, as you'll see here. I realized this, and I moved my my cavalry up here to try and take out his artillery on his left, on my left, his right. This is where I started seeing his other forces, his Infanterie. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I started losing some line infantry already, and his rocketeers were still going into my guys. He sees my mass forces coming over from the right, so he puts these troops over here to try and flank me. I noticed my artillery had not been working back here, so I moved them up to this closer here, and they started actually shooting, so that was good. And I forgot about the troops way back here. Where are they? Right there. My line infantry, I had not noticed that they were there, so they move up in the very end of the battle. But my puckle guns weren't doing anything here, so I moved them up towards my cavalry a little bit. And my cavalry had successfully, excuse the lag with all the snow and everything, but my cavalry had successfully run through the forest here and started routing all of his rocket troops and his mortars, but he countercharged with his Chevauchés cavalry, and my cavalry just doesn't stand a chance here. He even brings in his general's bodyguard. They get overwhelmed and they lose. But my middle forces here that were all in here are routing or dead. There's lots of dead guys in here. He then tries to just move all his main forces over to this line that has now become the perpendicular line to the beginning of the battle. And I see that he was starting to surround my troops here a little bit, excuse me. Right here. See that he was going to surround this group here, so I did this zigzag formation, and these guys came around here, so I moved them over here. I can slow down the battle, maybe. So I move them here, they get overwhelmed. Yeah, I'll slow down the battle now. They get overwhelmed. My zigzag can't hold off anymore. He goes to charge my line infantry here with his cavalry, And as they're running here, my line was straight through here. As they were running, I saw that they were charging, and I hit the square just in time that as they came charging, my guys had just missed his front charge and formed the square and managed to ward him off there a little bit. My puckle guns had just been getting in range a bit to start firing on his guys, and my artillery were doing pretty good after they moved up here, and I put them there. I put this line infantry right here to ward off any troops that might be trying to get through here, and he starts chasing down all my guys. Pretty much now I was surrounded and cut off most of my troops. You can hear my puckle guns going off a little bit in here. These helped a lot. They were really good. Take out a couple guys. That's what I think was making these guys rout, was the guns. I had pushed my line over here that had gotten cut off from another unit that was sitting here, so they were a little farther away from these guys, couldn't assist. But pretty much they were at just a shooting range with the Musson de Roy, my line infantry. And at this point, my units had started to get surrounded. I'll speed the battle up here more a little bit so I can get this all in. My troops had been surrounded here by the right and left flanks, so I put my line infantry and my other line infantry back to back towards each other so they could fight off each other, each side, instead of just one. But they slowly got surrounded here. And my cavalry, his cavalry started to charge into my my artillery, my 24-pounders. So I took my line infantry and charged them in, countercharge, on foot. And I still got these guys who I didn't realize to the very end of the battle. But they kind of walked into battle there a little bit, to the charge. He sent this cavalry over here to take down my puckle guns once he realized that they were devastating him a little bit. And that cavalry also. So my puckle guns at this time are completely gone. My line infantry starts routing, and these guys are surrounded and start routing also. The last unit in the front of the lines are these line infantry who were at close combat with his Masson de Roy. And I believe the lag is from all the snow, but game doesn't run on my computer. But from now on, if you guys have been keeping up with any of my battles, I'm going to start doing them in high def, which I didn't know how to do when I put the first one on, but learned. Yeah, he pretty much just sent all his remaining troops on this side over here to massacre my guys. After successfully defending my artillery, he sent his 2 units of Masson de Roy and Fronterivux and charged into my unit hand to hand, and I countercharged here to try and reinforce them with my line infantry, which was not fully successful, and I ended up losing the battle here, as you guys can see. At the beginning I had thought, or middle way through the battle, I had thought I'd been doing pretty good, but obviously I was not. So that's the end of the battle, if this goes over. I deployed 1,515, lost 1,289, killed 658. My opponent, Hunger GT, deployed 1,227, lost 684, and killed 150.